everyone. I'm Donna Bush with your CID TV News Brief. We begin with compiled information on COVID-19 from Chief Nursing Officer Dr. Hazel Brown.
During the week of November 28 to December 4, 2021, there were 557 new cases of COVID-19 with a daily average of 80. Of these, 58% of the cases are female, 42% are male. Age range was 18 days to 91 years with an average age of 31 years. 10 were under the age of 1, 171 were under the age of 18, and 8 were over the age of 70. Most of the cases are still in the workforce. However, we have seen a neonate testing positive within this week.
And you're encouraged to go online to gov.ky and hsa.ky for the very latest on COVID-19 and vaccination results, as well as to find out more about vaccination clinic schedules. Recently, an agreement was signed by Minister of Agriculture, the Honourable J.E. Banks, and President of the Cayman Islands Agricultural Society, George Smith, outlining government's commitment to fund the importation of livestock to the Cayman Islands. The ministry will provide $350,000 in funding for the importation of approximately 180 heads of livestock animals, to include 150 heads of cattle and 30 heads of goats. In speaking to the farmers at a recent meeting, Minister Ebanks pledged the support of the government to the farming community, noting that the ministry will work with its stakeholders to enhance the growth of the agricultural sector to bolster the overall food and nutrition security of the Cayman Islands. Mr. Smith, on the other hand, thanked the ministry and the government for all the support being provided to the agricultural sector. The first batch of animals being imported from the United States is expected to be on island during the first quarter of the new year. The importation of the livestock aligns with government's development plan. The United Kingdom has funded the provision and installation of 4 tide gauge stations on the Cayman Islands. The new pieces of equipment have been installed at the Gun Bay Public Dock in East End, the Royal Watler Cruise Terminal in Georgetown, the Customs Dock in Cayman-Brac, and the Bloody Bay Dock in Little Cayman. Now, the tide gauge measures the height of the water at set intervals above a baseline or datum. It will record the tide coming in and going out, and over time can enable a buildup of data that can then be used to update the accuracy of tidal predictions for a particular area. The tide data can be used by vessels navigating within the waters to understand where and when they can transit certain areas or enter a port safely. It also helps the understanding of sea level change over time to understand climate change impact, amongst other things. Now, the public is being asked not to interfere or tamper with the scientific tide gauge stations at the various docks. The Board of Governors of the University College of the Cayman Islands has appointed Dr. J.D. Mosley-Machat to the interim acting president and CEO of the University College until a new president and CEO has been appointed. The resignation of Dr. Stacey McAfee was recently announced, bringing about this change. Dr. Mosley-Machat currently serves the University College of the Cayman Islands as Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs. She joined the University College in August of 2009 as a seasoned educator with more than a decade of successful teaching experience at both the graduate and undergraduate levels. She's currently spearheading UCCI's institutional preparations to achieve U.S.-based regional accreditation. We say congratulations to Dr. Mosley-Machat on her promotion. Now, turning to the forecast, this Thursday, fair to partly cloudy skies with a chance of showers were predicted for earlier today. Temperatures rose to the mid-80s. Winds will be east to northeast at 10 to 15 knots, while seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Tomorrow, we can expect partly cloudy to skies with a 30% chance of morning showers. The outlook is for mostly fair conditions, with the winds and seas becoming moderate on Saturday as the high-pressure system weakens slightly. The synopsis calls for building high-pressure systems which are moving over the southeastern United States that will support moderate easterly winds and slight to moderate seas across the Cayman Islands area within the next 12 to 24 hours, with a further increase expected as a high-pressure system continues to build over the southeast U.S. Now, satellite images show few low-level clouds over the Cayman Islands area. They are moving towards the west. Remember, you can find the latest unexpected local weather conditions online at weather.gov.ky. And that brings us to the end of today's news brief here on CIG Television. I'm Donna Bush, thanking you for joining us on this wonderful Thursday. Be safe and have a great night.
Seek the latest, accurate information on COVID-19 only from official sources at gov.ky/coronavirus.